Hello students, welcome to Zoology Classroom. In this video, we are going to know about crossing over. In the previous video, we have seen about linkage. Now let us know about crossing over. So crossing over is a phenomenon that occurs during the prophase 1 of meiosis. And this occurs during the uh, Parkinson stage, but it is visible in diplotein substage. So this term crossing over was proposed by Morgan for the first time. And another name for this process is also called recombinations. So it may be also called as physical exchange of equal pieces of adjacent non-sister chromatids. So during this process of crossing over, what happens? One of the paired chromosome arms will be exchanged physically at one or more locations with non-sister chromatids. So we know that two chromosomes will be there as a pair. So in these two chromosomes, during the division phase, each chromosome will be having two chromatids in them. So the two chromatids of the same chromosome are called as sister chromatids. And the chromatids of one chromosome and chromatid of another chromosome of the same pair are called as non-sister chromatids. So usually this crossing over occurs in between the non-sister chromatids. So here in this slide, we can see two chromosomes. One is having blue color, another one is having red color. So these are the two chromosomes of the same pair. So the blue color chromatid and one red color chromatid, these two are called as non-sister chromatids. Crossing over usually always occurs in between these non-sister chromatids only, but not in between the sister chromatids or the chromatids of the same chromosome. So here in crossing over, what happens? One non-sister chromatid comes in contact with another non-sister chromatid of the same chromosome, and these two non-sister chromatids, upon contact, they will exchange their parts. So after that, after this crossing over is finished, then what will happen? Again, they will be separated. When they are separated, if we observe what will happen, these separated or these crossed over chromosomes are having new genes which were earlier not present on them. So now these chromosome parts are these chromatids which have got new genes onto them are called as recombinant chromatids. So these recombinant chromatids, they will enter into different gametes during the packaging during the anaphase stage. So later they will, if they are fertilized with opposite gametes, then what will happen? They will result into individuals with new combinations. So in this way, crossing over results in the bringing up of new combinations in the offspring. And the two homologous chromosomes, when they are coming in contact with each other, they will form some X-like structure. This is called as chiasma. It is here in this chiasma place only crossing over takes place. The exchange of chromatid parts in between non-sister chromatids takes place here in this chiasma region only. So after the crossing over is finished, then these exchanging parts are called as crossover recombinants, and remaining chromatids which did not participate in the recombinations or which did not participate in the crossing over process are called as non-crossovers or parental chromatids. So two crossover recombinant chromatids will be there and two non-crossover parental chromatids will be there as a result of this crossing over. And what are the characteristics of crossing over? Let us see. So crossing over occurs at two levels, one at gross chromosome level and at DNA level, and it occurs in between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes only. So, but not between the sister chromatids. And exchange is normally reciprocal, but sometimes it is unequal also. And frequency of crossing over is closely related to physical distance between the genes located on the chromosomes. So in the previous video, we have discussed in linkage topic that when genes are located far away from each other, then they will be having incomplete linkage. So when they are arranged on distant places on the same chromosome, then possibility of crossing over will be high in between those two genes. So that's why only the genes which are closely arranged are said to have complete linkage, whereas genes arranged far away in distant places, they are said to have they are said to show incomplete linkage. And crossing over is crucial process in bringing up genetic differences within the populations. Due to these genetic differences only, evolution will work in nature. And there are four major steps in this crossing over, and they are synapsis, duplication of chromosomes, third one is crossing over, fourth one is terminalization. So in synapsis, the sister chromosomes or homologous chromosomes of a same pair will come together and they will form a synaptonemal complex in between them. So it is due to this synaptonemal complex help only these two chromosomes come close together and they are arranged side by side. And in duplication of chromosome, usually duplication of chromosomes will be done already in interphase itself. But here in this phase, what will happen? The duplicated parts, they will uh, get chromatid forms in this second phase, duplication of chromosomes. And in the third phase, after these chromatids are formed, the exchange of material, chromosome material or chromatid material will take place among the non-sister chromatids. And after the crossing over is finished, in the last phase, that is terminalization, the non-homologous chromosomes will separate from each other. After this, the separated chromosomes will be having two chromatids in them that are having recombinations. And first stage, that is synapsis. Synapsis starts when the cell enters into prophase 1. So in the prophase 1, what will happen? The two chromosomes of the pair, one chromosome usually comes from mother, other comes from father. These chromosomes start coming together, and this synapsis, the process of coming together is called as synapsis. And usually this synapsis will occur in a zip-like manner. So usually the two chromosomes of the same pair, they will start coming together at the ends, and like a zip-like manner, remaining parts also, they will come close together. And in some cases, the synapsis may take place in the middle region of the chromosomes, and then the zip-like process will continue in both the directions to bring them together. So, and in this process, the synaptonemal complex, here in this slide also we can see thread-like structures. These are called as synaptonemal complexes. These synaptonemal complexes, they will be formed with the help of some RNAs and proteins. They will bring together the homologous chromosomes or the chromosomes of the same pair. So with the help of the synaptonemal complex only, the chromosomes comes together, and that process is called as synapsis. And in the next phase, chromosomal duplication, already chromosomes are duplicated in S phase of interphase. So here what will happen, those duplicated DNA molecules, now they will condense and they will take the form of chromatids. And now in this phase, the two chromosomes, they are closely arranged with the help of synaptonemal complex. So in this case, we can see in these two chromosomes, totally four chromatids. So that's why this phase, this structure is called as tetrad or bivalent. So two chromosomes are there, that's why it is bivalent. 4 chromatids are there. That's why it is called tetrad. So in this tetrad, the formation of tetrad or formation of bivalent will be done in this chromosome duplication phase. And the third phase is crossing over. So here in this phase, what will happen? The non-sister chromatids of this chromosome pair, they will break at some places where they are very close together. So after that, what will happen? The broken pieces will be attached to the opposite chromatid or non-sister chromatids. So the breakage will be done with the help of endonuclease enzymes, and attachment to opposite or attachment to non-sister chromatid will be done with the help of ligase enzyme. So this process takes place in Parkinson stage usually. So the breaking up of the chromatid parts and attaching to the non-sister chromatids is called as crossing over. And after this exchange of chromatid materials is finished, that means crossing over is finished. Finally, the synapsed chromosomes, now they will get separated from each other. This process is called as terminalization. So before, in this first stage, they followed the zipping like process, or closing the zip process will be done to bring them together. Now in this terminalization process, unzipping process will be done with the process which is similar to unzipping. The two chromosomes will get separate from each other, and they will move away from each other. This process is called as terminalization, and this terminalization takes place in diakinesis phase, or last phase of the prophase 1. And in this crossing over process, the crossing over process leads to the formation of recombinations, as the two chromatids, usually two chromatids, in some cases more than two chromatids also may get new combinations or new chromatid parts. So these receiving new chromosome parts or new chromatid parts leads to the recombination of linked genes. So due to this, what will happen? New features or new combinations can be seen in the offsprings. And in meiosis, homologous chromosomes come together and they will pair, or the pairing process is called as synapse. And later they will exchange their chromosome parts, and later they will get separate. So this is the mechanism that occurs in crossing over. And enzymes that help in this process are two types of enzymes. One is endonucleases, another one is ligases. Endonucleases break the two non-sister chromatids, and ligases help them to attach to the opposite or new chromosome parts. So that's with the help of these two chromosomes only, the recombinations are made possible. And types of crossing over based on in which type of cells they occur. Based on this thing, there are two types of crossing overs. One is somatic crossing over, and another one is meiotic crossing over or germinal crossing over. Somatic crossing over is very, very rare. Usually it will not occur in many organisms, but in some cases it was reported, like in Drosophila by Kurt Stern. And when the crossing over occurs in somatic cells, then it is called somatic crossing over. As this is not occurring in germinal cells, it has no importance in terms of inheritance or in terms of evolutionary process. Why? Because the recombinations that arisen or that resulted as a result of this somatic crossing over will be limited to that individual organism only. So these recombinations will not be inherited to its offspring. So that's why in terms of evolutionary process, or in terms of heredity also, this somatic crossing over is not important at all. Second one is meiotic crossing over. This is most common. It occurs in almost all organisms during this meiosis process, and it is very, very important from evolutionary point of view only also. And another type of crossing overs based on in how many places the crossing over occurs during the during this prophase 1 phase. So based on this thing, if the crossing over takes place at single point, that is single crossing over. If it occurs at two places, then it is called double crossing over. If the crossing over occurs at more than two places on the chromosome pairs, then it will be called as multiple crossing over. And in single crossing over, only one chiasma will be formed, as we are seeing in this diagram. So in this chiasma also occurs in between non-sister chromatids only. And as we have already seen, due to this synapsis, later chromosome duplication, later crossing over, and after finally this terminalization will be done. As a result of this terminalization, out of 4 chromatids, 2 chromatids are having same parental combinations, and these 2 chromatids, they are having new combinations, and these are called crossover chromatids. And second type is double crossing over. When crossing over occurs at 2 places on the synapsed chromosomes, then it will be called as double crossing over. So 2 chiasma will be there, and this double crossing over is of 2 times based on the type of chiasma. So 2 types of chiasma can be formed, can be seen in these double crossovers. One is reciprocal chiasma, another one is complementary chiasma. So reciprocal chiasma is one in which the 2 crossovers occurs in between the same chromatids. Here in this slide we are seeing, so this first chromatid of first chromosome is forming a chiasma with first chromatid of second chromosome. And second chiasma is being formed in between second chromatid of first chromosome and first chromatid of second chromosome. So this type of chiasma are called as complementary chiasma. But reciprocal chiasma is one in which if this second chiasma also occurs in between first chromatid of first one and first chromatid of second one. If it occurs in between the same chromatids, then it is called reciprocal chiasma. So, and third one is multiple crossing overs. In multiple crossing overs, more than 2 crossing over, more than 2 chiasma will be formed. So at many usually 3 or 4 chiasma will be formed. So this results in very, very rare conditions. So very rarely it will be seen. So in this also we can see this complementary chiasma and reciprocal chiasma. So in difference between linkage and crossing over. So coming to linkage, linkage is the tendency of staying together when genes are present on the same chromosome. When they show the tendency to stay on the same chromosome together, then it is called as linkage. So linkage will not bring any new changes, new recombinations. So more parental types will be seen in the offsprings due to this linkage process. And strength of the linkage between 2 genes also increases if they are closely placed on the same chromosome. So strength of the linkage will be very weak when they are placed on the chromosome at very distant places or when they are far away. And it helps to maintain a newly improved variety. So if a new variety has been formed, and after that linkage is being developed in between these new gene combinations, then what will happen? The new variety will be maintained in the generations, in the future generations for several generations due to this linkage process. And coming to crossing over is the exchange of genes or chromosome parts during this meiosis phase. And due to this crossing over, recombinations will be produced. And these recombinations, they will bring in new type of characters in the offspring. and they will help in evolutionary process a lot. And frequency of crossing over between two genes decreases if they are closely placed. So whereas when two genes are closely arranged, linkage is high. When two genes are closely arranged, then crossing over in between them decreases. And crossing over is the source of variations that produces new varieties. And significance of crossing over. So crossing over only produces new combinations. Due to mutations also, new combinations may arise, but crossing over is also having its part in bringing or in producing new characters. So through crossing over only, segments of the homologous chromosomes are interchanged, and new characters will be seen, and they will bring genetic variations. And this crossing over plays a very important role in breeding experiments to generate or to produce new variety of plants and animals. And it provides a strong proof in favor of linear arrangement of genes on the chromosomes. And recombinations are new genetic combinations also produced with this crossing over. And what will happen as a result, genetic pool will get changes, and the changes in this genetic pool will finally result in the changes in gene frequencies, and these gene frequencies are basis for the evolution. So this type of evolution is called microevolution. So microevolution is possible with this crossing over or genetic recombinations only. And crossing over generates genetic difference within the populations, and linkage maps and genetic maps are constructed on the basis of this crossing over experiments only. So this is about crossing over. We shall meet with another topic in next video.